my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. I'm definitely in my zone.
Hey, Grant Cardone here, and you have entered the Cardone Zone. News 96.5 brings to you every Sunday night what you have to do this week so that you're winning in life, winning in business, winning in the marketplace, and making the changes necessary to do what you have to do so that your business is taking care of you and your family. And regardless of what the government does, Senate, Congress, the President of the United States of America, whether the Orlando economy recovers slowly or at a big, fast, juicy pace. The question is, what are you doing in your business with your employees, with your brand, in order to make sure that you're getting your share? My name's Grant Cardone. Every Sunday night I come to you to bring you ideas about what you can do to get out front. This week, Macy's took a huge stand after 155 years of being closed on Thanksgiving Day. Macy's came out and said, dude, we're opening up at 8 p.m. We're opening up at 8 p.m. and we're coming out at 8 p.m. to make some sales. It's not just our internet and our website that's going to be open. We are breaking a 155-year-old tradition, closed on Thanksgiving, while the rest of the world stays open. You know, the United States, not every country celebrates Thanksgiving. And not every family in America celebrates Thanksgiving. Yet for hundreds of years now, businesses have somehow collectively gotten together, families, people, and decided, hey, you know what, we're not going to be open on Thanksgiving and Christmas and President's Day and this day and that day. We got so many vacations in this country. I mean, the only people that make us look bad on vacations and holidays are the French. I think the French find every possible reason to take off. So while everybody says that Macy's is wrong for doing this, they shouldn't have done it, it's terrible that they did it, I'm going to tell you something. My opinion on this is that you should be taking fewer days off, that Macy's is doing the right thing. In fact, I wrote an article for Entrepreneur Magazine this week, and it's labeled, Why Macy's Thanksgiving Sales Strategy Will Kill the Competition. And the article goes on to say you should be doing the same thing. You should be looking for these traditions. Traditions that we've clung on to for years. Any tradition in business, your competitors and maybe you and your whole space agrees on, these are the things you need to look for that become places where if you can go in and undo that tradition, you can actually get a leg up. Because let's face it, look, the key to winning business is making it easy for your customer. Here's Macy's. Macy's has been doing parades for, I don't know how many years that parade's been going on. Either one of you guys know? 80 years? 80 years. They own Thanksgiving Day. College football and Macy's owns, and Turkey. Mr. Turkey owns Thanksgiving Day. Down in the South, the Friars all own Thanksgiving Day, right? And the families get together and they spend all day in their living room, in the kitchen, between the kitchen and the living room. Businesses are off across America. It's a long holiday. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And Macy's is sitting there, got to be thinking, man, with the retail environment the way it is, with the economy recovering so slowly, with the American consumer exhausted, okay, with the internet robbing sales, what the hey are we doing taking off all day Thanksgiving when we own the day? You think a parade didn't work? You think it's not work to march in a parade? Come on, folks. My name's Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone. I'm just keeping it real with you. If you're sick of what you're getting delivered, okay? If you're sick of your company not growing fast enough, not making the sales it needs to make, you must consider the traditions, any traditions that are holding your company up. And I'm going to be going over those today. There's traditions and beliefs and concepts and ideas that you have in your company, and they're killing you. Macy's said, hey, we're done. Dude, I don't care if we get backlash on it. We own Thanksgiving Day. 3 hours we do a parade. Why would we, Macy's, then not be open that night while we finally got the customer's attention? Let's face it, folks. Traditions don't make financial statements. Okay, nowhere on your financial statement is there something, yes, we honored all traditions. And there are so many traditions that companies and employees, workers, if you're trying to make a difference in the marketplace, you're a 1099 employee or you own a company, small or large. There are so many traditions like Thanksgiving Day that are holding you and your business back. They're holding you back, you know? They're holding you back from growing. They're crazy transitions, okay? Or traditions, okay? Days off. Like people think they have to take a day off. That's a tradition. I have to have a day off. You know, and most people say, well, Sunday's God's day and that's the Lord's day and we should take that day off. And dude, God created the heavens, the earth, butterflies, mountains, trees, plants, the underwater, the skies, the moon, the sun, everything, and took one day off. I know people that don't do anything all week. They just show up for work 8 hours a day, 7 hours, 30 hours a week, and they think they need to take off 2 days. No wonder so many immigrants come to this country without our American traditions and come in here and actually end up with more money than the people that have lived here. It's because there's traditions that you have, American traditions, that are actually keeping you from making money. I got Todd on the phone. Todd, what's your question, my friend? Thank you for calling.
Mr. G, if I could hug your neck, brother, I'd do it right now. I'm going to do it all the way from Nashville via the worldwide internet.
Dude, I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling you.
Look, man, I've been retailing cars about 3 years. I didn't know jack when I started. Thought I did. But I've got all your books. I've passed around your copy of Closer Survival. Got more than the Gideons have the Bible, baby.
I love that, man. That's a lot of times then.
Shoot, baby. But I just wanted to thank you. I don't want to take much of your time. You got stuff to do. But I just want to thank you for what you do, man. You've helped me improve my productivity, helped me make money for my family, and you inspire me, man. You really do.
Man, Todd, I appreciate you so much for calling in. Are you going to be working Thanksgiving Day?
If this place is open, I'll be here, dog. If not, I'll be on Facebook doing videos, doing all kinds of junk, just trying to keep it moving.
Yeah, so you will be working. You see, you're going to be working. So while his dealership, Todd, thanks for calling in. I appreciate your support, man. I'm glad you're winning with the Closer Survival Guide. Folks, what Todd is telling you, he's in the automobile business, okay, extremely competitive business, very, very narrow margins, okay, lots of competition. And he's like, look, man, I got to go outside the box right now. I can't. You see, in the automobile business, there's lots of traditions that I've spoken to that industry for years about. Like they had a tradition years ago that it was like, don't give anybody a price. And I went into that group. I went into the automobile industry and said, look, if everybody believes in not giving a price, that's a tradition. The best thing you could do as a company is get the price as fast as you could. Actually give people prices, give them payments, give them down payments, give them figures on their trade, give them interest rates. See, what we did was basically I came up with this idea, and it's the fact that your traditions are your Achilles heel. Whatever your traditions are, whatever you are married to, like for instance, America says we won't punish treasonous people. We can't use inflict pain and harm. See, the terrorists know that that's a tradition of ours, so they use it against us to violate the American laws because they're like, hey, nothing's gonna happen to me anyway. You understand? Your traditions, those traditions that you are so married to, those are the things that make you vulnerable in the marketplace. So for auto dealers, it was like, hey, we're not going to give any information. So what happened? Or, the car dealer that's closed on Sundays. I was talking to a group of furniture dealers. They can't sell their furniture on Sundays. The law's not there anymore. It used to be a blue law that you couldn't sell on Sundays. That law was lifted, but the industry basically was impregnated with this concept or tradition, and they carried it on after the law was actually dropped, and they still aren't open on Sundays. Well, the thing they could do is open on Sundays, take advantage of the market. Now, you're going to get some kickback like Macy's is getting. Macy's is going to have customers, employees, and people say, oh, it's so bad, it's so terrible, that's so wrong, they shouldn't do that. Look, traditions don't show up on your financial statement. While most of Americans immediately frowned on the idea of businesses being open on Thanksgiving, I assure you, all you have to do is cross your fingers for a few days, a few years, a few months, quarters, whatever, and you will see more and more businesses open on Thanksgiving like Macy's, and they're doing the right thing. Jimmy's on the phone. Jimmy, what's your question?
Jimmy, this is Jimmy. I got a question. We got a family shoe store, and, we've always thought that, with a small staff, that giving our people the time to spend with their families was so important. I couldn't be more against this. I think that if the public sees you as a company that's only focused on profit and only focused on making sales, it can negatively impact the company.
Well, let me ask you something, Jimmy. Jimmy, are you going to be are you going to not shop Macy's on Thanksgiving Day because they're open?
Well, I just.
Let me ask you a better question, Jimmy. Let me ask you a better question, Jimmy. Should Macy's take down their website on Thanksgiving Day?
I think that having people that should be home with their families working on a holiday, particularly a family holiday.
Yeah, you understand that Iranian that moved over here, the guy from Iraq that moved over here, they all call it Persia. They won't tell you where they're really from. The guy that moved here from Latin America, from Argentina, or, the people that moved in from Hungary over here, and they're on a visa. You think they're working Thanksgiving Day? They don't know anything about turkeys.
Listen, I think those people who truly want to be an American embrace everything about America. I talk to people all the time.
Then I got to tell you, you're naive, my friend. You're naive. You're naive if you believe they're coming over here and saying, okay, I believe in your God now. I believe in your turkey. I believe in your Santa Claus.
Well,
Man,
I think that you're greedy to think that you need to be open 365 days a year, particularly on holidays.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, pal. I'm going to be working on Thursday. Thanksgiving Day, I will be hammered down, okay? Because
you're going to be working eating some turkey, I bet.
No, I'm done. I don't do the turkey thing. I'm not loading up. I'm on a very disciplined diet myself. I don't need, and my diet's not about food. My diet is about how I use my time. Jimmy, thanks for calling in. I appreciate your viewpoint, and you are the reason so many Americans are getting their heads handed to them in the marketplace, because you live by these traditions. I got to be home with my kids.
Your capitalism is going to kill this country. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Oh my God. See, folks, that becomes, Jimmy, if I know Jimmy's my competitor, right? And that's Jimmy's position, dude, I'm going to smoke Jimmy so hard in the marketplace. It's going to be incredible. Dominate your competition. That's what I want to do. I don't want to compete with people. Just because Jimmy's closed doesn't mean I should be closed. It means I should be open. Okay? You tell me, and Jimmy didn't answer this question. I said, they're going to shut down the internet on Thursday? No, folks, do you really think Macy's is not going to have their internet department open? They've been open for years. So we are doing business. You think the internet is run by Oz? No, those are real people running the web. Okay? The web is not run by robots. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone. News 96.5. You can follow me on Twitter at Grant Cardone. Also, you can go to YouTube, put in my name, Grant Cardone, and you'll see 1,000 videos come up. 1,000 videos on strategies, tips. Look, I want to help you. News 96.5 wants to help you, okay? Clearly, people are having trouble grabbing the American dream. Stay with me. I'm going to show you the exact strategies for killing the competition.
Don't let me get in my zone. I'm definitely in my zone.
Hey, Grant Cardone here, News 96.5. You're in the Cardone Zone. Welcome back, and thank you so much for spending your evening with me. JCPenney just announced on this break, while we were here, they also are going to follow Macy's lead and open on Thanksgiving Day. Too bad they're second, not first. Too bad, I don't get why Jimmy's fighting this deal. Okay, I don't know what Jimmy's thinking. Jimmy's like, oh, it's so terrible that people are going to be open. Oh, you mean, Jimmy, it's so bad that Macy's is actually going to pay people to come in and work from 8 till midnight? You mean it's all right to do the Black Friday thing? Okay, you know why they call it Black Friday? Because that's the first time a retailer makes black ink on a financial statement for the whole year, okay? November 28th is the first day they hope to finally make black ink. That's 10 months and 28 days, Jimmy. Jimmy must be a cricket. Okay? What are you thinking, bro? Look, the reason you have a business is to make money. 2/3 of all businesses break even or lose money. You got monster behemoth countries getting squashed in the marketplace. Okay, check it out. Here's why you want to be open on Thanksgiving Day. Number one, traditions don't make a financial statement. Number two, you want to dominate the competition. I want to dominate. I don't want to compete. I don't want to play. This isn't a game to me. I'm trying to take care of kids. You should be trying to take care of your kids and your family and take every tradition you have that will never make it to your financial statement. Every tradition that handcuffs your competition, because they got these ideas of how they have to operate. I have to give my guys a day off. You don't have to give people a day off. You don't have to do that. Dominate the competition. Since 1924, Macy's has brought the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Parade to American households. They have an opportunity to do 3 hours in the morning and get 4 or 5 hours early that night in retail. Number three, operate with urgency. Why would you get people's attention? Why would you get their attention in the morning for 3 hours and then say, oh, by the way, you can't buy anything from us until tomorrow? See, Macy's is operating, I got it. Macy's is operating with urgency. You got to operate with urgency. This is missing in the marketplace. Why would Macy's wait till the following day to make a sale? Number four, the consumer's fragile. I'm telling you, Macy's understands how fragile the American consumer is. You know, I have these facts here, just so you know how fragile they are. Okay, faced with continued economic uncertainty and used to doing more with less, consumers will take a conservative approach to spending this holiday season. This is the National Retail Federation. According to the NRF's Holiday Consumer Spending Survey conducted by Prosper Insights and Analytics, the average holiday shopper will spend $737, 2% less than last year. I'm telling you, Macy's saw that and they're like, hey, you know what? Open 5 hours earlier. Cam is on the phone with me. Cam, what's your question?
I really don't have a question. My thing is, I don't understand, like you say, with the tradition of how the older people think that it's wrong to not open a business on a holiday. I'm a young entrepreneur. My grandmother last year said to me, oh, my God, I can't believe you're working on Christmas. One of my clients called, and I said, well, you know, if you call AT&T for a problem, whether it's Christmas or not, you want to be serviced. So you have to do the same thing. And you can spend time with your family any day of the week. What makes it so significant just because they say it's Thanksgiving? I mean, business is about making money.
Cam, how old are you, Cam?
I'm 26.
26, and this man's awake, man. Look, Cam, you are a great, I can't say great American because I don't know if you are American, but I can say you're a great entrepreneur. And when we're done with the show, I want you to call in. I want to give you my book, The 10X Rule, because you're a 10X thinker. You're a guy that breaks traditions.
I have whatever it takes.
My man, I love that.
And I don't have to, I don't have to call in. I'm standing in your lobby. I've been at this office since 9 a.m. I got what it takes. I believe something's going to need to be done. So why should I leave because I'm done? No, I'm going to stay here because I'm fearless. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm down to the wire.
Cam, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you calling in. Stay with me, folks. News 96.5, Cardone Zone. I want to talk to you about exactly what you can do to dominate your competition. This is for people. Yeah, hey, for all my friends out there in the stream watching the show live, my number here is 305-865-5260, 305-865-5260, 305-865-5260. I'd love for you to call in and be on the show if you'd like. If you got any questions. It's about 155 interactions on Twitter right now. I'm at Grant Cardone on Twitter. Ebong Eka says, Jimmy must be a cricket. He also says you should dominate the competition, not compete. Nicole Stewart, my friend Nikki _Stew. I heard you make a bad stew, by the way. She's in the zone with me right now. We got Sunny D. PM the Salon is in the zone with Grant Cardone. Hey, Grant, do you need hungry people for sales in the Middle East to work with you? Wasim. Of course I do. Okay. What's that? Also, we have a power jar for those of you on Ustream. My power jar, my new power jar with all my champions dominate, don't be a little bitch, I'm committed, keep pushing, the hustle muscle, no negativity. You got a picture of it? $750 for you guys watching. Holiday special, $180. It's over 125 bands in there. That's $250 just in the bands. The jar, if you bought one band at a time, it's like $750 anyway. Take advantage of that. We got Sherry Hamilton in the zone. Productions Extreme is in the zone. Sanjay Sana Bela Falak. Will I get to all their names? Jerry Thibodeau. We got Cam. I am Cam the man. That might have been the caller. Eddie B _sales is with us. Folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the show live. Let's go back to the live show at Cardone Zone. Hey, Grant Cardone here. You're in the Cardone Zone. News 96.5, we're talking about what you can do to get a leg up, to get the unfair advantage. That's right, I said it, unfair advantage. You want an unfair advantage. I'm Grant Cardone, and I'm telling you, as a business owner, as a scrapper and a scraper and a pusher and a shover, as a guy that's not lucky, he's never been lucky, started with nothing, that didn't have some political connections, like most of us don't have any of that. We don't have money. You got a marginal education. You don't have any dough. You don't have any backup. You don't have any political connections. For those of us who are like that, okay, you got to figure every little possible way to get some leverage, to get an edge. And Macy's has taken that opportunity. I just wonder what took them so long. You know, these big companies get so corporate. Hopefully this hadn't happened to you. You get so corporate, so big, so worried about what the public thinks that you don't do things that are good for you. And the reason I'm telling you that this is the right thing to do is, number one, traditions. Traditions handicap you and your company. They handcuff you and your company. Because if I know what your traditions are, you know, if I know you won't punish somebody that, you know, if I know for sure I can get away with the rules, I'm probably going to get away with the rules. If I know that you're closed on Thanksgiving and I say, you know what, I'm going to pop open on Thanksgiving. If I know you won't open on Sundays, I'm like, I'm going to open on Sundays. Or you're closed on Mondays. You know, like barbers. I've never understood why all the barbers in the country are closed on Mondays. Every Monday, salons across America take off. You know why they take off? They take off because they had Saturday and Sunday. No, they work Saturday. They took Sunday off, and they want their Sunday, Monday together so they have more time off. Look, folks, the only reason I started any of my businesses was to make money. I didn't start a business, invest money in a business, take risk in a business to have another day off. Thanksgiving has always punished me. I get nothing but punishment on a Thanksgiving. I eat too much turkey, spend too much time with people I don't even like. I get in arguments with family that irritate me. They come, they eat my food. They don't clean up behind themselves. I'm like, dude, I'd rather be working with customers. I had the same problem with the customers. They complain. I get in arguments with them, but at least they pay me. You know, there's people they're going to bring out their fryers in Louisiana and across Orlando, okay, and all along the coast. They're going to bring out their deep fryers. They're going to burn down their houses while the people at Macy's are at work. Traditions don't make financial statements. Number two, dominate the competition. Everywhere you can find your competition handcuffed, dominate them. Do not compete with your competition. Dominate. Own them. Number three, operate with urgency. Figure out every way you can make it easy for the consumer to buy from you. Number four, your customer's fragile right now. They're uncertain, okay? People don't have the money. All you got to do is give them a reason not to buy from you, and they will not buy from you. All you got to do is not be open when they're ready, not take a phone call as soon as they call in, not treat somebody perfectly, and I'm telling you, they're going to take that wallet that they're already scared to open, and they're just going to keep it closed. John Hamlin's on the phone with me. John, appreciate you being on the show today. John is a business owner that I respect tremendously. He's right here in the Orlando market. He's doing direct mail for some of the most successful retail organizations in the country. John, can you hear me?
I can hear you, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, are you on a cell phone, John?
I am not.
Okay, good. John, so what do you think? And John, I just want to tell you, I really respect your business acumen and how you think outside the box. What do you think about my opinion here about Macy's staying open or opening early on Thanksgiving Day?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's all about being willing. It's all about doing whatever it takes. Really, I'd love to be the guy, or saw the guy that walked into the older, crotchety board of directors and said, "Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we buck tradition?"
Yeah. Right. They fought that, right?
Oh, big time. They did. And that's for Jimmy the Cricket. God bless
Jimmy
him.
the Cricket.
Let him do what he wants to do, because you're right. We'll crush him in the marketplace. Just like the hairdresser, the person that cuts hair that doesn't open on a Monday.
It's crazy, right?
And I'm open on a Monday. What am I going to do?
Yeah, John. Have you ever wanted a haircut on a Monday?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and you know me. When I want a haircut, it's that morning I look in the mirror.
Yeah, and when you want a car or when you want to buy something or you want a suit, you want to know that people are open and they're going to serve you.
Absolutely, and you know what, buddy? God bless the guys that think like Jimmy, because it's just more for me.
Yeah. John Hamlin's on the phone with you. He runs a very, very successful direct mail company right here in Orlando. Direct mail's not a bad word, is it, John?
Absolutely not.
And let me ask you, John, speaking of direct mail, a lot of people I read where people are like, oh, the internet, digital, everybody's going digital. Do you think direct mail is dead?
Absolutely not. I mean, good Lord, since you were 5 years old, you've been trained to go to the end of your driveway to that little box at 4 o'clock every day, day in and day out. That ain't going away.
Right. So you're saying even if the U.S. postal system goes out of business, which I think they should, somebody's going to deliver that piece of direct mail.
Absolutely.
And that piece of direct mail says what in it, John? I mean, you do this for companies. Like what might it say?
Well, with us, it's very personal. It's so much information that's available now to where it is more conservative. It's the more conservative approach. I can talk to you about where you are in your buying cycle on just about anything. If I sold you your couch 5 years ago, what do I know?
Oh, I got a sofa. You call it a couch or a sofa? That means
sofa, whatever.
Yeah. Well, you know the difference between a couch and a sofa, right? The price. So I bought
If I know you bought one 5, 6, 7 years ago, what do I know you're in the market for right now?
Yeah, I'm probably in the market for a sofa.
Right. So data is everything. The list of data, all of that. That's what's key.
Folks, you're listening to Grant Cardone and John Hamlin. John Hamlin works right here in the Orlando market doing direct mail for companies, and he's telling you, break traditions, break them. Where a company that you compete against is tied to some tradition, closed on Mondays, closed on Thanksgiving. Okay, there's lots of traditions. There's tremendous amounts of traditions that people have. I got to take off 2 days a week. Okay, maybe a tradition is I pay minimum wage or under minimum wage, whatever you believe. Okay, Sunday's off. How about hump day? Oh, we're not going to get any business on hump day. Or, oh, we should save money to make money. That's a tradition, and it doesn't even work. You can't build a company by saving money. Not calling customers back soon enough. That is a tradition that businesses have. John, what are some traditions you see, and I know I'm catching you off guard here, but what are some traditions that you might see that handcuff an entrepreneur?
Oh, I think just being too conservative. I mean, did you hear about American Airlines today posted the largest profit in the history of their company? 2 years ago, airlines were all going broke. Everything's horrible. What'd they do? They went completely the opposite direction. They went out and bought a bunch of new planes and then advertised the hell out of them out on TV. And what are they advertising, Grant? First class.
Yeah.
Broke away from tradition.
Yeah, and also, John, that's a good point. I didn't know that about American Airlines, but they've also made an effort this year to raise prices. I think 13 times the last time I looked. 13 times this year they've made an effort to raise prices. Only 4 of those prices stuck. 9 times they failed to raise the price. It didn't stick. They had to back off from the policy. But 4 times it did stick, and now that's a record profit for them.
Do you know what I tell my customers, Grant, when they say your price is too high or I can get it cheaper?
What do you say?
I'd say if I ever lower my price, run from me. That means all I've got to sell you is price. I have no value. I can't tell you about the company that I just helped succeed. All I can tell you is I have the cheapest price. If I ever lower my price, run from me.
Listen to what John Hamlin's saying, okay? Now, this is a tradition since the economic collapse, lower prices. John Hamlin, entrepreneur extraordinaire, says when his customers say your price is too high, John Hamlin says, hey, when I start lowering my price, run from me because I can't service you anymore. I can't take care of you. Folks, you're listening to John Hamlin. John, thanks for calling in today. I appreciate it.
You bet, man. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Bye.
Folks, you're listening to the Cardone Zone. My name's Grant Cardone. Every week I come to you with News 96.5 to talk about your business, how you can get some leverage, how you can get a leg up, how can you get a fast start to your week. Look at the traditions. Look at the things your company, your managers, and your people believe that could be possibly holding your company back. Maybe your family. Maybe your family's got some ideas. You know, I don't know what it is for you. I know that everybody has ideas that hold them back. And I want to take those ideas. I want to actually look at what my competition is doing and figure out what I can do to grab market share. For instance, when 2008 collapsed, the world started adopting tremendous, at an accelerated rate, they started accepting ideas to contract altogether. I wrote my first book in 2008 called Sell or Be Sold. That book has since been nominated for numerous awards. It's in Korean now. It's in Spanish. It's in Portuguese, multiple languages. It is in 2013, Sell or Be Sold, it was rated the #1 sales and business book for the year 2013 by a third-party publishing company. I wrote that book during the worst economy of my lifetime. Now, why would I do that? Because nobody else was. See, people immediately adopted the idea, why write a book when Lehman collapsed and the world's coming to an end and nobody's spending money? And I'm like, that's the time to dominate the field. The time to run the ball down the field is when everybody else has vacated the field. I mean, if you could actually run offense when there is no defense, you're certain to advance the ball. Look, traditions don't make your financial statement. Number 2, you want to dominate the competition. You do not want to compete. You got to quit competing. Let JCPenney compete with Macy's. You see, they waited. They react. Okay, they respond. You want to be the lead in the marketplace. Number 3, and let me just say this about competition because a lot of people are confused about it. Some people think competition is good. Competition is good for the consumer. It's not good for the business. Okay, you're better off being the only player on the field. Number 2, dominate the competition. Number 3, operate with urgency. Why would Macy's take all morning selling their name from 9 o'clock till noon with the Macy's parade? Why would they do that all morning long and not have their doors open at 8 o'clock at night? Hey, when you're done with the parade, when you've finally gotten over all that turkey, come see us. Number 4, look, the American consumer is fragile, folks. If you're in business for yourself, if you're selling something, you're 1099, you got a company, you're doing haircuts, massages, you got a gym, you need to open up. I tell you, if I had a gym, I'm open up on freaking Thanksgiving Day for sure. I'm open up on every Christmas day. You know why? Because after I eat all that garbage, I want to go work out. Alessandra's on the phone with me. What's your question?
Hey, Grant, great topic. I'm a salon owner, and I'm trying to rally my team to be open on Mondays. That's the tradition in the industry. You're closed on Mondays.
Yeah, I was just talking about that, actually.
Yeah, it made me want to call in. It's just lighting some fire under me. There's an opportunity here for us to make money, especially during the holidays where people are busy and they only need a time to come in and get their hair done, you know, whatever services we provide. I think we can have an advantage, but I have a staff and they're killing me.
Yeah, let me tell you. I was at Canyon Ranch in Miami, and I walked in the other day, and I said, "Hey, the last time I was here, a guy named Michael cut my hair. Can I get him?" Oh, he doesn't take walk-ins. I'm like, how? What do you want me to do? Ride in, fly in, teleport myself? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You don't take walk-ins.
I take them all.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I just want your money. I don't care how you got here. I'll cut your hair. I'll cut my own hair and charge myself, okay, if I could, because I'm hungry. And this idea that salons and barbers keep closed on Monday, do you know where that even came from? I mean, does anybody even know when y'all quit working on Mondays?
Well, we're available Saturday and Sunday, so I guess the industry think, which is wrong, is to be closed on Monday. But for me, I think there's a huge opportunity there.
Yeah, I thought you guys were closed. I thought you were closed on Sundays, and they did the Monday thing to get 2 days off.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. But I try to see if we can get a staff where we're open all 7 days, and we're the only salon in our area that is. You know how much we'll be ahead of the competition.
Yeah, dude. Look. When I want a haircut, I want a haircut. I just got off the phone with a multimillionaire, John Hamlin. When John wants his haircut, he doesn't care that the barber industry's got some tradition that they got off Mondays. So I don't know what people are thinking. Also, I don't. How many days do your people get off a week? Is it the 2 days?
It's the two.
Yeah.
The two.
How many of them make? How many of them make too much money?
Listen, they're all complaining that they don't have enough money for this and that, and coffee and lunch. And I'm trying to give them an opportunity to make a little more money. And
look. There's 7 billion people on planet Earth. What I would do if I were you, if you can't find Americans that want to work on Mondays, then you ought to find some immigrants that will, because I'll promise you, there's some people out there that are so hungry right now. Alessandra, thank you so much for calling me. I hope your business does well this year by breaking traditions. My name's Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone, News 96.5. Stay with me. I'm going to show you the 3 things you need to do this week to kick your week into super gear. Hey, to my friends online right now, appreciate you tuning in on this Friday afternoon. This show is recorded and will drop Sunday night on News 96.5. This week, if you want me to give you a little update, I was in Las Vegas. I did driving sales in Las Vegas, and you can find that, what do they call it? What do they call it? They call it the PowerPoint presentation, a deck. They call it the deck. You can get that deck at grantcardone.com/ what is it? Driving sales. And then you can also, if you want the other one I did, a digital dealer, I did a thing on greatness. And you can find that at grantcardone.com/ execution. Yeah, it's grantcardone.com. The greatness presentation was done at grantcardone.com / driving sales. And you can find the presentation I did on execution at grantcardone.com / execution. Also, we have a power jar available, a Halloween special, especially the special is really for you guys on the stream that follow my show. $750. That jar is on sale for $180. It's got our new whatever it takes wristbands. Okay, it's got whatever it takes, and on the other side, I'm committed. It's also got the green hustle muscle. Okay, people have just been really wanting that. It's got don't be a little bitch, champions dominate, be positive, no negativity, the 10X rule, and success is my duty, obligation, and responsibility. I appreciate you joining in each week. On Twitter, I'm at Grant Cardone, but you probably already know that. Anytime you're listening to the show live, I'm going to try to mention you. I got Eddie B. I got John Albert Ferguson. Sean's with me, just joined. Sean Lachelle just joined. Shan Lachelle. Eddie B _sales. We got David Saboski. Sorry, brother. Lisa Conception. ProCard Mobile. Man, I'm probably missing some people. Reviewer Michael Jones, Eli Ritchie. We're going to go back to the show right now. We got Go Getters, Choppy 001, Justin 11. Go ahead, guys. Let's get back into the show. Hey, Grant Cardone here, News 96.5. You're in the Cardone Zone. Every week we come to you to talk about how you can possibly grab a bit of leverage and get a heads up on the week. J.C. Penney's going to be open Thanksgiving. Macy's is going to be open on Thanksgiving. What are you doing to grab the dollars you need this November? Frankly, I hate the November, December year. I got to compete with turkeys one month, and I got to compete with Santa Claus the next month. Folks, look, you want your share, you got to go out and get it. This is America. This is a country that's known for this hungry, aggressive, go get, dominate, own it. And here we are. Everybody's like, I got to take my day off. I got to take my Monday off. I got to take my Wednesday off. we got the whole week covered now. Monday, it takes people forever to get their game back on. Wednesday, they're into hump day. Friday, they're thank God it's Friday. Thursday, the day of Thanksgiving, they're like, no, I got to watch a parade, watch football, and I got to take the day off. I can't work that day. I can't work Santa Claus Day, but Santa Claus does. Break traditions, okay? Break traditions, dominate the competition, operate with urgency this week. This week, break traditions, dominate the competition, operate with urgency. Sam, thank you for calling. What's your question, my friend?
Mr. Grant, what's going on? How you doing?
Good, my friend. How you doing?
Good. Man, I've been following you for a while. It definitely changed my life. I appreciate you a bunch.
What's your question, buddy? Thank you for calling.
My question is basically, what would you advise for someone that's just graduating school? What sales field should they step into, or does it not matter? What would you say?
No, dude. First thing you need to do, okay, I mean, half of what you learned in school is going to probably kill you.
Exactly.
Okay, and you need to get around some young entrepreneurs that are hustling. I'm not talking about ripping people off. I'm not talking about selling drugs. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real work ethic, hustle, muscle. I'm going to be doing a show each week for young entrepreneurs, so you're going to be able to tune in. I'll probably have you on as a guest.
Okay.
But talking to young people, the new millennium, about the kind of hustle you need, man, because your marketplace is so competitive. Look, I just interviewed 3 people in this office today from the same family, and they're all out of work. The mother's out of work, and both the kids are out of work. That's 3 out of 1 family. So what I would read right now, I'd get on my book, Sell or Be Sold. That's going to really get your head right.
Okay.
It's called Sell or Be Sold, dude, and it is the thing you need to know about how to sell in the 21st century, and the idea that all people in this economy are salespeople. Everyone is a salesperson. I don't care, mom, dads, uncles, aunts. You own the bank, you manage the bank, or you're a teller at the bank. The truth is, at the end of the day, you're a salesperson.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then you got to surround yourself, dude, with some guys that are focused. Yeah. Not pretenders. Guys that want to be ballers, guys that want to be hitters, guys that want to be successful. Because at the end of the day, success, it doesn't come as easy as it used to.
For sure.
Success is your duty, man.
The problem is it's kind of hard to find those individuals when you're in school, you know?
Of course it
All
is.
These kids are brainwashed into thinking you need to go start out making $60K. No, I'm trying to...
School's not work, bro. It's school. You don't do anything in school. Somebody else does something. You know, I sit in a room and I listen to somebody, and I don't talk. I don't do anything. There's no activity. I'm not doing anything, and then I take a break. The breaks is when you actually do something. So you're right, man. The work ethic is lost there, and then all the people you're hanging around. Get some older friends, man. I mean, get rid of your old friends. Everybody should break tradition, okay? And one of the traditions people has is my old friends. Dude, you got the same friends that you grew up with when you were 3? Come on, 4, 5, 6. You don't need the same friends. You need some new friends. Hey, man, thanks for calling in. I appreciate your spirit, your entrepreneurial spirit, and I'll have you on my other show sometime, all right?
Have a good one, Grant.
Thanks. Folks, break traditions, okay? Break traditions. Look for where your traditions have either handicapped you or they've handicapped your business. This week, I want you to do these 3 things. Traditions, break them all. Find the traditions that have handcuffed you and break them. Days off. Loyalty. Well, I got Bob works for me. He's loyal. No, that's a tradition that is handcuffing you. Number 2, dominate this week. Have that attitude. And number 3, operate with some urgency. This is Grant Cardone. Thanks for joining the Cardone Zone, News 96.5 every Sunday night. I'll see you next week.
Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. I'm definitely in my zone.
Thanks, guys. Be great. Have a great week, because you know what? Everything else just doesn't pay enough. Okay. Also, check out our Power Jar Halloween special. It's normally $750. You're saving $570. Okay. If that's of interest to you, it's an 80% savings, and you get a freaking killer jar with all the bands. Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.